What if I told you that the most insurance brokers are sitting on an AI gold mine and don't even know about it? Every single day, your organization processes thousands of pages of policy documents, claims, emails, customer conversations, and renewal data. But most of the information is trapped inside PDFs and spreadsheets and inboxes. Now imagine an AI system that just doesn't read that information but actually understands it, connects with it, and takes action on it. Think about a scenario where a customer uploads or sends you via WhatsApp, which is a very common scenario, a 40-page insurance policy. Within seconds, an AI can identify exclusions, detect coverage gaps, compare alternatives, prepare a recommendation, and even trigger the next action in your CRM. That is not a chatbot I'm talking about. This is actually an employee or like an AI employee. And I believe this is fundamentally going to change how the insurance brokerage systems work. So how do you build something like this? And I'm not going to get too technical, considering that most of you are coming from a non-tech background. The first layer is called as a document intelligence layer. Okay, and like the name suggests, it is about intelligence drawn from the documents that are presented. So here's an example. So insurance companies and brokers deal with enormous amounts of structured information, policy PDFs, claim forms, medical documents, and emails and customer communications. Using OCR, which is optical character recognition, document processing, and large language models, things like a ChatGPT, Gemini, or a Grok, or whatever you guys are using, we can convert those documents into structured information. So instead of having a 40-page PDF, now you have machine readable data. Who is covered? Who is excluded? What's the deductible? What is the sum insured? All of that information. When does the policy expire? What are the conditions for a claim? So this is the first layer. This is the document intelligence layer. It is going to extract all this information from different documents and different systems and keep it in one place. Okay. The second layer is the insurance knowledge layer. Okay, you connect the extracted information with your product catalog, your historical claims, your customer data, and your relevant business rules. Now, AI is simply not reading one document here. It is actually reasoning across multiple sources of information, just like a human would do it. They would look at multiple documents and connect the dots. The same thing is being done here, and this is something called as a RAG, a retrieval augmented generation, which is again slightly technical. We will not go there, but it's an AI concept and it's an extremely powerful concept. So instead of asking AI to simply generate an answer from its memory, you can retrieve the relevant information from your own trusted data before generating the answer. Okay. This dramatically improves the usefulness of the system for enterprise applications. But here is where things get really interesting. We move from an AI that answers just questions to an AI that takes actions. See, you have ChatGPT, Gemini, you feed something, it gives you answers. But does it do anything beyond giving those answers? No. Now, imagine a customer whose health insurance is coming up for renewal. Okay, the agent can look at the policy, the existing policy, analyze the coverage, identify the gaps, look at the customer's history, compare available products, prepare a recommendation, draft the email or WhatsApp communication, send it back. Okay. Now it creates a task for the broker as well. It can update the CRM. It can become one automated workflow. So if you see, these are all different tasks. None of these are just reading from ChatGPT. These are all tasks that were created, and these all tasks work in an automated workflow. So the human broker is still there. Okay. But instead of having just him doing everything, he has an AI workforce behind him, right? And think about it, what this means at scale. Suppose a brokerage has, say for example, a lakh customers. Some of you do have it, people who are watching this video. You do have a lakh customers. AI can continuously analyze those customers and identify who is likely to lapse, who is underinsured, who needs additional coverage, which customers are coming up for renewal, which claims require human attention, what are the cross-sell opportunities. all of those things. So instead of your sales team is trying to manually find these opportunities, the intelligence comes to the salesperson. So instead of the salesperson doing all of these things and run, spending 80% of your time generating QCRs and doing things like that or RFQs, he now has all the intelligence in his fingertips and he's actually doing the work of a salesperson instead of doing all the admin work. There is a fundamental change in how the brokerage is now going to operate. Okay, so here is my prediction. AI is not going to replace the human broker. Okay, that human broker is central to all of these things, but it will replace the human broker who operates through the older methods like spreadsheets, emails, and manual document processing. But the human broker who has upgraded, who has all these systems, the winning brokerage of the next decade will be the one who has all these systems working. They don't need a huge sales force. They don't need a huge sales team. What they need is such systems that is going to help the team on the ground close deals. Okay, it may be the one with the best intelligence layer sitting behind its sales teams. The future isn't about replacing AI, people with AI, and that's not a future, we all want to see as well, right? But it's about giving every person in your organization an AI agent that can see, understand, and act on the information they already have. And that is where the real transformation of insurance begins. So we will talk more about it in our channel. We have many experts who have joined us recently, in AVP positions and all, people with 2+ decades of experience. So we'll have a lot of these on this series. So stay tuned and we will, communicate more. Thank you so much.